So you mean it's official? It's official. I got my show? Okay. Man, I've been getting money since the 80s. Hold on. Go ahead, man. Stop playing, man. They gave you a show, man, for real. Yeah, man. It's official. Oh, why? You want me to do what? I'm gonna let Goon study, though. Yeah, what's good, CEO? What's up, man? That's what's good. Pass the word that he got the show, man. Oh, you lying, man. What? You mean to tell me that you don't got a show? And that you don't need to be on the show? You gonna pass the what? Man, that's gonna be some more money. Alright, I'll do it. I'll pass the word, man. Just give me that loop. I know my show will make you feel some type of way. Check out my show, man. Don't tell Mass I'm gonna be on the show. You know the K.Kinte show. Don't tell Mass I'm gonna be on the Let's go, Mass.
Your name is Toby. You're going to learn to say your name. Let me hear you say it. What's your name? K.Kinte. When the master gives you something, you take it. He gave you a name. It's a nice name. It's Toby. And it's going to be yours till the day you die.
You heard what Master said? What's your name, boy? What's your name? And don't say that K.Kinte shit either, man. Your name is Tony Brown, man. We don't know K.Kinte.
This God is too...
Yes. Welcome to the K.Kinte Show, Season 6, Episode 4. This is the finale, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and since this finale, you know what I'm saying, y'all ain't gonna be seeing me too much no more, for a minute on the public access station. I know y'all tired of seeing me and stuff. But October 20th, I will be back. I'll be back for a season 7 to give y'all some more knowledge, give y'all some more buffoonery, give y'all some more entertainment and different things. But tonight, what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen, a special, powerful show. I have my brother. Y'all should be familiar with him. The historian, the scholar, Haki Kweli Shakur is in the building with me, ladies and gentlemen. This brother right now, we're going to top it up with a lot of positive things, a lot of new information that he want to bring to Richmond, as far as a lot of new history that he been digging up and different things. So let's go to one of these videos right now, and I'm going to come back and talk with my brother, Haki Kweli Shakur. Let's check this out, ladies and gentlemen.
Voodoo followers worship a supreme God, whom they believe created the universe. They believe this God is too almighty to directly intervene in their daily lives. Between the supreme God and mankind are countless voodoo spirits, each with their own domain of influence. There are spirits of wisdom, war, fertility, death, even a spirit of the sea. The isolated Benin village of Veji has a population of 3,000. The village serves a voodoo spirit called Sakpata. This tree trunk is a sacred shrine to the voodoo spirit Don Koli, the spirit of the forest. The tools for making a request of Don Koli are wooden stakes and palm oil. This man makes a request of Don Koli His request is represented by the wooden stake. By pounding the stake deep into the spirit's shrine, he hopes the spirit will receive the request. As an incentive to the spirit, the man makes an offering of red palm oil.
Asking the voodoo spirits to provide them with some outcome is essentially a ritual for them to drive the request home, you might say. Kind of like lighting a candle in prayer to God.
Some requests require the spirit be plied with alcohol.
I will take alcohol, sprayed on the collie to make him more powerful.
God of war, temperamental and savage, he thrusts his sword with wild abandon.
Something of that sort. But we call it vital force. And simply by being battered with those leaves will give you immediately strength and courage. It will replace your own vital force. And I think this part of it has much greater value.
Metro on that beat. Like pull that down like to see you winning. They wanna see you in a penitentiary.
Yes, welcome back to the K.Kinte show. Now go back down like to see you winning. Now, I know y'all, the viewers out there, was looking like, hey, you know, what video, what was that about? Ladies and gentlemen, that was about voodoo. And my brother, Haki Kweli Shakur, he specialized in voodoo. So we're going to talk about the ritual as far as a voodoo and breaking it down to the city of Richmond right now. Because like I said, a lot of people really don't understand voodoo. You know, exactly. A lot of people, you know, still think it's evil. Mm-hmm. You know, still think it's devil worshipers and, you know, all that. Yeah. So I want you, my brother, you know what I'm saying, break it down for the city of Richmond as far as the purpose of voodoo, you know, and how we used it in our African spirituality, as far as with our ancestors and different things.
Well, let me start off by saying it's like the whole misconception of voodoo and the negativity of voodoo originates from Europeans, because when Europeans first went into Africa, they didn't know what our ancestors were doing. They thought it was weird. They didn't understand it. But let me just say this: voodoo is the oldest spiritual system on earth. It's been around ever since humankind's origins. It started in South Africa before it even had a name, because it didn't have a name at first. So it started off with like the first humans, and what they was doing was aligning themselves with nature. They was becoming one with nature. And basically the word voodoo originates, well, it's really called Vodoun. That is the original name of it. And when it got its name when it reached West Africa. And the Fan people and the Iwe people gave it its name. And what Vodoun mean is basically just spirit. It means God. And, you know, it's a saying that they use in the Fan language. It's called Sobe Lisa. And what Sobe Lisa mean is the God within. God is within everything. Meaning God is within humans, is within nature, is within plants, animals. It's basically the universe. It's the universal mystery system is what I call it. And what Vodoun basically is about is basically getting answers and, you know, getting help with your life and your spiritual development of self. That's what basically Vodoun is. And you know, divination is the main core of that. Like we just seen in the video, they was doing a lot of divination. You know, like, well, yeah, they was doing like, well, they wasn't doing specifically divination in that part, but they was doing the rituals. Okay, yeah. And what the rituals are is what you get, what you have to do after you do the divination. And what the divination is basically seeking answers. Seeking answers far as in your daily life with your struggles, and finding answers to overcome negative energy and negative forces and negative things that's trying to corrupt what you're trying to do positively. Yeah. So you go to the divination, you get a reading, which you get a reading from the priest. He gives you a reading, he gives you the answer, and he also gives you things that you must do to help the situation that you came to them for, as far as like health, it could be money problems, anything of that sort, just problems, getting answer to your problems and helping you get through those problems, overcoming those problems.
Why you think the church right now, I can say for how long has it been around, why you think that they said that it was evil far as with voodoo and made our people just, you know what I'm saying, kind of just stuck to saying it's evil or it's evil and different things?
Because the Europeans understood what voodoo was and how powerful it was to our people. So when they seen it, they knew automatically that they had to strip that from us, because how can you control a people? You only can control a people is by brainwashing them and mind-washing them into the things which we call colonization, which is colonialism and colonizing Africans. They wanted to detach that from you because they knew that was a part of you, because it's culture. See, a lot of people think voodoo is just some old thing dealing with spirits and voodoo dolls and all those things of this nature, but it's culture, and voodoo deals with culture, which is, you know, drumming, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the way you think, all those type of things. This is what voodoo is. It's spiritual. It's you. It's you as a people. It's your civil.
Explain to the city though how important is that voodoo can help, you know what I'm saying, our people, far as even what's going on today. Like far as with the youth, the generation, even in your everyday life, though.
I mean, voodoo can help in your everyday life because, I mean, you're returning to your original culture. You're returning to your original spiritual self. Because voodoo also deals with your self-identity. Whatever, see, it's all types of voodoo systems. They all have various names, like Ifa, Fa, Abaya, Santeria, Ubanda. All these type of things is voodoo. Even what they did in ancient Kemet was voodoo. It just was called Kemetic science. See, voodoo is a science. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And the whole thing with voodoo, the reason why I can help you today, because it's based on spiritual development. It's developing yourself to reach your highest potential in life on the road that you're traveling. So it really can help us because it's our power. It's what we come from as original people. So yeah, I mean, voodoo is needed more than ever in our communities across the United States of America, because the European gave us something that was theirs. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Something that they tampered with, and they didn't want you to know about what you had before you came over here on the boats. See, if we knew these things, we wouldn't be doing certain things that we do today, like disrespecting ourselves. Our character is all about how you carry yourself and what you do as a people. You see what I'm saying? And what you can, matter of fact, what you can bring to the table in your community. All that's voodoo. You see what I'm saying? It's just been misconcepted by the European as something evil, but it's not evil. Matter of fact, voodoo and all African spiritual systems, period, don't even have a devil concept. It doesn't even have an evil concept.
That's in like West Africa. They don't believe in the devil concept.
Yeah, in West Africa, they don't believe in the devil concept. The only thing they believe in is that there are spirits, which is your ancestors, and there's also nature spirits, because everything in nature has a spirit, no matter what it is, and that's called animism. That's what they call it. And you know, they only believe that certain things can corrupt you or knock you off your road on what you're trying to achieve spiritually and physically in this realm. See, that's another thing that the European did with the church. They separated the spiritual realm from the physical realm. In Africa, we believe that all is one. There is no separation. You see what I'm saying? Just like they think when your ancestors die or your family members die, in a lot of these churches, they just bury them and forget about them.
Yeah.
In African spirituality, no, your ancestors still here, because how are you here? You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that voodoo does to help your potential as a human being. That's what voodoo is.
That's powerful, man. Now, if anybody out there that's looking at it, that's interested in trying to get into voodoo, what advice you would give the viewers out there?
I would tell them to just research. You know what I'm saying? Because we're living in the information age. Nothing is hidden from us no more. See, the only reason we didn't know about these things back in the day because we didn't have the internet. We have the internet now. That's more access. So I would tell you to just go on the internet, look up the proper things on voodoo. Look for West African things, Central African things about voodoo. Because there's a lot of chiefs and priestess that's online now. Seek out a chiefess. Seek out a chief. They're all online. And, you know, just get the main facts. Don't go off of Hollywood. Don't go off the movies. Don't go off what the church says.
Yeah. Wow, that's powerful, man. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we can go on to this other video right now.
Our goal, in which we feel is the solution, is, and this comes from our founder, another one of our founders, Stokely, Baba Stokely Lumumba is now our ancestor. He said that what we're seeking is a new African people organized. In other words, we need new African women's organization. We need new African workers organization. We do need a new African prisoners organization, right? We need new African youth organization. We need to be organized and conscious as a people. And once we had that, we'll have the capacity to really bring about independence for ourselves. But so we came up with that, where New African People's Organization kind of comes from, is many of us have been in groups like the African People's Party, PGRNA, House of Umoja. We saw the need to have a national formation that would have that perspective of organizing our people into a broad movement for our liberation and our independence. And so we thought New African People's Organization would be a good name. And there was already the New African Prisoner Organization out there. And I myself, I went and met with one of the principal leaders of New African Prisoners Organization. And that was Baba, now he's the ancestor, Baba Haki. I met with him in, I forgot the name of the penitentiary he was in Illinois. I remember we had to drive hours from Chicago to get there. And I presented it to him. I don't know if it was Statesville at that time. I think he was in another one, but another penitentiary at that particular time. I can't remember, but I know who drove me down there, so I could talk to him. And I do know Hondo. He is a fabulous brother, been very committed to our movement and our people. That's how that carrying on the information. Pardon? I said, Brother Hondo still carrying the information. Spirit and Shield, he still had the information. Oh, no doubt. Spirit and Shield is one of the most important formations in our movement, no doubt. And they've done a tremendous job of doing political education. No doubt. That always must be acknowledged. Yeah, the brother, you mentioned Haki earlier. Haki is a student of the work as well. You know. You mean Yaki? No, he said Haki Kweli Shakur. I said that brother's a student of the work as well. Oh yeah. You know? Oh yeah. So I appreciate his work. I appreciate the stuff he does on social media, and I support it and I forward it. You know what I mean? It's important. It's important. We got all we got is each other. You know what I mean? So I support what he does, and every now and then I might even see something he's doing, and I said, man, he might enjoy this book, so I send him a reference, you know, because we got to support one another. We got to be there for one another.
The rap game to the fullest.
That's a good question.
When he was trying to represent, you know, when pigs and people are attacked, defending them. When he was trying to put forward the thug code and just sat down and met with some of the strongest crews in the city, while with some 2-bit hustlers tried to, you know, take him off. That means you're not respecting the game. Now that's on him if he ain't prepared, but you be prepared all the time. But my question is, where did it come from? So I just want to put that out there because that's a conspiracy, you see. And that's the conspiracy that I'm talking about, the fact that we either hate each other so much we can't see when people are representing the real, that we try to attack them, or we let the pigs manipulate us to do something against our own who represent the best in us. You see? And so from that point of view, that's my only beef. Shorty know how to handle it.
There can be no discussion
about the value that Assata Shakur has on New African black women in this country at a certain period. There can be no discussion of the value of famous Shakur in that period of history. There can be no discussion about Frankie Mae Adams, Lily Virginia, or Sandra Pratt. These are aunties, women that who took care of them, fed them, took them to the movies, took them to daycare. These are not people you read about in history. You know, this.
Because there's no objective respect coming from, quote unquote, society. So when you don't feel respect, you create what is respect to you.
The problem was that gang members created respect most often with guns.
It's a war actually for nothing other than the destruction of human beings. The end result is to create funerals. As many soldiers as you can drop on the other side is considered success.
Why are these teenagers killing each other? Some are looking to make a reputation. Some of them pick up a gun to do it.
Got one here on the leg, one in the mouth.
Yes, welcome back to the K.Kinte show, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that clip y'all just seen, you know, that was some of Tupac elders, some of Tupac teachers. Now, a lot of people say, even my brother Haki Kweli Shakur, how did he get that name? Why is his name, you know, is he just because he's a big Tupac fan? No, we just showed you evidence that some of the teachers of Tupac Shakur blessed him with the name Haki Kweli Shakur. Now, what I want to ask you, bro, how does that feel, man, coming from a legend, the GOAT, that just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Tupac Shakur, from some of his biggest elders that was his teachers, blessed you with that name? How does that feel, bro? Because some people, first of all, I start, and I'm going to let you tell you because some people wouldn't believe that. You know, that's why we just had evidence right there, because you right, Mutulu Shakur. You in contact with Sayika Shakur through the political prisoners in San Diego jail and different things, because, you know, we like to show real evidence of truth on this show. See, it ain't just because this brother, oh, he loved Tupac and he just changed his name to Haki Kweli Shakur. That ain't happened with this brother. Speak on that, bro.
I would just say this, man, one word: humble. You see what I'm saying? It's a humble, you know, like I always tell people, you know, if you pursue something that with a passion, you know, you're going to meet the same like-minded spirits that's on that type of destiny. And so, you know, them giving me the name and all those type of things, man, it's a blessing. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I can't do nothing but thank them. You know what I'm saying? That was Baba Akiyali Umoja, Sanyika, man, Baba Watani, all those people, man, you know.
Yeah, Baba Watani was the one in the beginning with the picture with Tupac.
Yeah.
In the beginning, as the video it came on.
Yeah, he's the one that actually was the one that was in New York that was actually, if you've seen the clips, you see him pushing Tupac in the wheelchair. Mm-hmm. And all those guys are comrades of Mutulu Shakur. Like, they all from Los Angeles. And they from the New African People's Organization. That's an organization that's a part of the Republic of New Africa, which is our nation. So, you know, as a matter of fact, I was just down in Atlanta, Georgia at the New African Nation Day. So, you know, I got a chance to chop it up with them and all that type of stuff. But all those people you seen in that video, all these people are the people that raised Tupac in his early years. They're the people that they don't talk about. Yeah. You don't see in the main media and those type of things. But these are the cats that put that revolutionary spirit in the Pac. They gave Pac that revolutionary mentality.
And I ain't mean to cut you off, but I got to say this because the All Eyes on Me movie coming out.
Exactly.
June 16th. And, you know, since that's coming out, it's a lot of people around the world think they about to be Tupac now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I already see it. Everybody about to be Tupac. Yeah, but see, the thing that tripped me out about the great Tupac is they all want to take the thug side, the
Exactly.
thug image of Tupac. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never see the revolutionary side of them claiming, as far as was studying what the brother was really about.
Exactly.
He wasn't just about, oh, I'm thugging, I don't care, I'm the hardest dude. The brother actually really cared about the community.
Exactly.
You know, so explain that to people out there, because we got a lot of fake Tupac people out here, even in this city.
Yeah.
Around the world, we got a lot of fakeries.
Yeah, but I just I attribute that to diseducation, which is disease education. This is something that Stanley Tuka Williams came up with, which is Haki Shakur's big comrade. You know what I'm saying? In California that was executed. It's just misinformation by the media. You know how the media is when a new African is at his potential of his greatness, and they go through certain things. They're not a perfect human being. So we know Tupac wasn't a perfect human being. He got caught up in the street life, but that's the sacrifice he took to try to change the streets and try to change the community. But you know what I'm saying, when he died, they just put that whole focus on thug life. And many of the people that came up, they don't really know about his revolutionary side.
Yeah.
So that's where I come in the picture. I feel like, because it's like,
and that's why I respect you so much, bro. Because as far as even with me, I'm a big Tupac fan. That's one of my probably the favorite rapper of all time.
Exactly.
But what I took from that great brother was I took from his knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I took from his revolutionary side. I didn't really take from the thug side on, or I'm a ride on you, or this and that. Not knocking. You know what I'm saying, what people like that side. But I'm saying I took about the brilliant mind that he had at 25.
Exactly.
And even younger.
Exactly.
Talk about how some of the elders like Matulu Shakur was telling you, they'll even let Pac know when he was wrong. Because some people don't even, this is where having elders come in at too, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
I want to put the emphasis on having elders.
Exactly.
Speak about that.
Yeah, like Matulu and Baba AK, which is Aki Yali Emoji that was in the video, but we call him Baba AK. Baba Watani, all of them have gave me jewels and games on. I mean, they fell out with Tupac a lot of times because he they didn't like what he was doing, and he wouldn't take heed to certain things that they was teaching him. But they also let him, do his thing and let him find out for himself, make that mistake, and they correct it. But no, they wasn't afraid to tell him he was wrong. You see what I'm saying? Matulu told him on many occasions that he was in the wrong. You see what I'm saying? You need to be doing better than what you're doing, because this is, this is a movement. You came from you got a purpose. See, that's the thing about it. Sometimes we get railroaded, but you need those elders to put you back on that railroad track. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, say for instance, when Tupac went to death row, he wasn't talking to a lot of his elders when he went to death row, because he went to Suge Knight, I guess, for that type of mentorship and eldership. But Tupac knew in the end, before he was assassinated, that he needed those elders. You see what I'm saying? Just like our community needs those elders now. You see what I'm saying? Because that's where we come from. We descend from that type of ancestry, that type of background. Like in Africa, I tell people this all the time. In Africa, they have councils of elders that, govern the community. You see what I'm saying? Look, imagine if we had that in the United States right now with all this crime that's going on in the communities across the United States of America. You need your elders. So that's why I'm blessed to have these elders. And I want to say this to all the organizations also, and the people who start organizations. You can't really start an organization or expect your organization to do what you wanted to do with no elders. It's impossible. You need elders to guide you. That's what elders are for. And so Tupac knew he needed his elders in the end. And that's what another thing, he was trying to get off the death row. He was going to go back to his elders. You see what I'm saying?
So, man, that was a powerful video, man. I just wanted to show the sit out Richmond, because a lot of people say, well, even people that might grow up with you, man, his name won't Haki Kweli Shakur. See, that came from a purpose.
Yeah, that's a purpose. So, that comes from, like I tell you, that's a lot of people don't know about the 60s movements, the 70s movements, the revolutionary history of our people in this country. So I can't fault them too much, but I can tell you right now, nothing I do that's related to the Shakur name is based on Tupac Shakur. Yeah. We all know Tupac Shakur is the most famous Shakur, but we had Shakurs before him. Assata Shakur, Zaid Malik Shakur, Lumumba Shakur. These are my inspirations. These are my heroes. So they are passing the torch along to people to do the work of the revolutionary side of Tupac Shakur.
And speaking of that, man, hold that paper up too for the city of Richmond too. Explain the paper right now, man. The New African Voice.
Yeah, the New African Voice. Yeah, the New African Voice. That's a paper that you can catch me in the streets. I'm gonna be in the streets of Richmond, and I'm gonna be distributing these papers. This is basically a paper of our nation. We're trying to get back to what we used to do, and that's just spreading information. You can't, you know what I'm saying? We can't depend on European media to tell our stories or to educate our people. So this is what this paper is basically about. It's a paper of our nation, and it's basically going to educate our people about revolutionary history, what is a nation, why we should be striving for an independent nation for new African people in America. And you know, it's just getting back to sovereignty and nationhood.
Wow, that's powerful right there.
So you can be on the lookout for me to distribute these around the city. This is what real organizing is about, spreading information. So a lot of you organizations in Richmond, man, this is what you got to do, man. Get back to that Marcus Garvey thing, man. We got to put our own media out, our own publications, and this is what this paper is about. The New African Voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can go on to this next video. Check this one out.
I want to talk about one of the most prosperous economic, self-independent periods in our town. See, there were 3 Black Wall Streets. There was Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, aka North Africa. There was Black Wall Street, Durham, North Carolina. But I'm going to talk about our Black Wall Street, which is Jackson Ward, Richmond, Virginia, the Black Mecca, Harlem of the South. I want to talk about the father and the mother of Black Wall Street, William Washington Brownie and Maggie L. Walker. William Washington Brownie came from Tennessee. He escaped slavery. And when he escaped slavery, he came to Richmond, Virginia and became a part of the Two Reformers Order. And when he became a part of the Two Reformers Order, they came to build something that was more powerful than ever. And through this period of time, Maggie L. Walker became the first Black African woman to own a bank and run a bank in the United States of America. William Washington Brownie was the first Black male man to ever create a Black bank and to run a Black bank in the United States of America. Their whole plan was to keep the Black dollar in the Black community and to take care of their own people. All this was done as soon as we came out of slavery. Our people have always been independent people. Black Wall Street. From 1880 to the 1930s, Richmond, Virginia was the Black Mecca of commerce. Everything came through here. This town was built up so it can build up our wealth and keep the wealth in our communities. We was independent people. We had 5 theaters. We had doctor's offices, lawyer offices. We had over 130-something retail grocery stores. and other types of businesses in Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was also the center of the entertainment world. 2nd Street, known as the Deuce, where all the performers from the Harlem Renaissance and all over the United States of America came here to entertain our people. Black Wall Street, the Black Mecca of commerce and capitalism. This town was destroyed by gentrification from the hates of Europeans. They built a highway and took the highway straight through Black Wall Street. And when they took that highway straight through Black Wall Street, they forced integration. And when integration came into play, Black Wall Street started to decline. And after they started to decline, our people were known the same afterwards. So basically all I wanted to tell you, our people have always been independent people, striving for self-determination and independence, and to take care of their own people. Black Wall Street, Jackson,
Don't tell Max you see me. I know y'all color folks know something about Black Wall Street now, huh? Don't tell Max you see me.
Yes, welcome back to the K.Kinte show. That was a clip on Black Wall Street, ladies and gentlemen. My brother Haki Kweli Shakur, you know, he had got interviewed about Richmond, Virginia, Black Wall Street, and he digged up some information on that. Speak on that, bro. Let the people know about that, because people still don't know about that. Richmond, Virginia, we had a Black Wall Street here. I mean, a lot of people, some people know, they just know about, you know, Maggie L. Walker. Speak on some of the history you digged up there.
Yeah, I want to give a special shout out to Don Scott, a student at VCU, and she had called me one day. She wanted to interview me because she had seen some of my videos on my YouTube channel about the great history in Richmond and Jackson Ward, Black Wall Street. So she interviewed me, and you know, the publication, it made it into the VCU paper. So that was about, because she was curious about why this story hasn't been told and why a lot of students that go to VCU don't know about Jackson Ward, Black Wall Street. She was really concerned that the black population and the black students didn't know nothing about it, because she found it kind of, you know what I'm saying, shocking about all this great history. So, you know, she did the interview, and she basically interviewed me about people like William Washington Brownie, John Mitchell Jr., and that what the interview was basically about, was John Mitchell Jr. Because see, it's a lot of our people do not know about John Mitchell Jr. and the Richmond Planet paper. This was in the early 1900s and like the late 1800s. And John Mitchell Jr. was a revolutionary. And this was a great man. And you know, some of the research that I came upon that she interviewed me about was the term Black Power. A lot of people haven't, you know what I'm saying, really know the origin of the word Black Power, so they attribute it to people like, you know, Stokely Carmichael or the Black Panther Party, the Loudoun's Alabama Democratic Freedom Party from Alabama, because that was the first Black Panther Party. But I found this article that John Mitchell Jr. had publicized in the Richmond Planet, and in the Richmond Planet, it was ironic. Then this was the year 1919, I remind you. This is way before the Black Panther Party time. And in that paper, it had the words Black Power. And you know what I'm saying? Like, Richmond, Virginia, people don't know Richmond, Virginia is the first place of Black Wall Street. So this is actually where the word Black Power was first seen, in Richmond, Virginia. And it was all around, organizing around the revolutionary time of farming, because a lot of land was being stolen from blacks all across the South. And so John Mitchell Jr. wanted to put a spotlight on that and telling our people that we need to organize and take care of our own people. So he came up with the term Black Power. This is before the Black Panther Party. So I found that to be awesome.
So
like,
check that out, Richmond. Black Power originated in Richmond, Virginia.
Right here.
1919. That's some history right there.
And if you go on the internet and you research the Richmond Planet Black newspaper, it has the clutch fist on top of the newspaper. And it was also on the building where the Richmond Planet was located here in Richmond. That was their logo on top of their building. It had a big black clutch fist. So a lot of our people don't know this history.
Yeah. Check this video out, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last video, but I want y'all to check this other powerful video out.
Fully saluted with the highest honor. Red, black, and green flag folded on your coffin, taking up an offering. Now everybody in the church, throw your fist up for ancestors that miss us. Let's get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Don't give up the plight. Give up your life. This little brother was 16, American nightmare, new African dream, a soldier down for the team. Got me feeling like my army shrinking. Casualties of war, that military-minded thinking. I love my comrades, in a place you'll never know. They kept their side of the deal, my life is what I owe. I remember the day I told you about New Africa. The look in your eyes when I told you about that massacre. And I remember the day you told me about the plans he made to move your mama and your granny to a better place. It's so sad with no dad, he showed that he still had a gift that could give back. The drive that most young cats just don't have, and so prepared to follow his own path.
This the Nat Turner of our city, Gabriel Prosser.
Revolutionary greetings, man. It's Haki Kweli Shakur, August 3rd Collective, New African People's Liberation Army, man, New African Independence Movement. And I'm out here today. Finally got to get out here to check out my revolutionary father, Gabriel Prosser's historical marker, man. Check it out, man. This where the rebellion popped off at, man. This where the great ancestor and his comrades were supposed to cross over into Richmond and take over the city and destroy the capitalist system of slavery, man. Check out the sign. Also, man, the rebellion was put down by two rats who switched on the whole thing, man. And one of the rats' name was Tom and Pharaoh. That was the name of the two rats who put the rebellion down, who went and told the slave master about the rebellion. You see what I'm saying? This is where we get the word Uncle Tom from. See, a lot of people got questions on where did we get the word Uncle Tom from? Well, here go one of them. Tom, a black cracker, a sellout, who went and told the slave master what Gabriel Prosser and all of them was going to do. While I'm out here, man, let me pour out some libation for our great ancestor, man, and his comrades, man. Ashe, man. Like my comrade said, Gabriel Prosser is the Nat Turner of Richmond, Virginia. I also want to add on to that Gabriel Prosser, if it wasn't for Prosser, it wouldn't be no Nat Turner, because Gabriel Prosser, Denmark VC, and people of those sort, you know what I'm saying, they inspired a Nat Turner. People like that is what created a Nat Turner, David Walker, you know, Amari Delaney, all these type of people. But the main point I want to make about that is that our ancestors, period, are Gabriel, all these people, man, they are political prisoners, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to start putting this in our vocabulary. They are political prisoners. They were never slaves. They are people that were enslaved. The system is called slavery. The capitalist system is slavery. They wasn't slaves, man, because these people, man, when the war first popped off on the continent, these people were attacked. This is a war. You know what I'm saying? When they kidnapped their ancestors, brought them across on these boats, dropped them off on this river, James River, that, you know, where I'm at right now, on the slave trail where I'm at right now. They dropped our ancestors off. They were captured. They were captives. You see what I'm saying? This was a war that took place on our ancestors in the motherland. So all the struggles of then in slavery and the time they got off those boats to now, they've been political prisoners, man. We got to start using that in our vocab, because why? We are a nation of people. You see what I'm saying? When they brought all our ancestors over here, man, we became a new people. We became a new nation, a new African nation. So we must start addressing our ancestors in that manner. We must give them the proper language, the proper tongue. You see what I'm saying? The reason why I'm trying to make this connection, because we still have enslaved political prisoners of the same struggle that our ancestors, Gabriel and them, was fighting for, man. Like Matulu, you see what I'm saying? Abdul Shakur, Jaleel Muchakeem, H. Rock Brown, Assata Shakur, who's still in exile. All these people, man, they are the same as our ancestors that was enslaved. You see what I'm saying? Anybody that's incarcerated now and you new African and you black, you are a political prisoner. We must start putting that with our struggle. Now, if you out here claiming that you're an organization, you're a movement, you for the cause and all these type of things, like my comrade, rest in peace, Elder Sophia Bukhari said, if you created a movement and that movement is not aligned or tied to the struggle of liberating our comrades behind the wall that's political prisoners, then you are a sham movement. And this is an elder who sacrificed, who started the movement to liberate our political prisoners, man. Sophia Bukhari, she actually escaped from a prison here in Virginia. You see what I'm saying? See, the point I'm trying to make is we got to start speaking in a political language, start speaking as a nation of people. The Europeans that's oppressing us are not going to take us serious until we start talking the language that's global. And that's the political language, man, of being a nation of people. Then they'll take us serious, man. So I just want to, elaborate on that for a minute, because a lot of our people out here are starting movements and not educated politically. They're not revolutionary people. You see what I'm saying? They're not thinking with a revolutionary mentality because they're not teaching political education. They're not learning political education. What did the Black Panther Party do, man? They wasn't just standing out on the corner screaming Black Power this, after Cracker and, all these type of things of that nature, man. What were they doing, man? They was passing out books. They was passing out the Mal Red book. That's political education, man. If you don't have political education, you can't understand what's going on in the world. You can't understand your oppression. You can't understand the oppression of your ancestors if you don't have political education, because all these things are interconnected. We are the same. We still fighting the same struggle of our ancestors. That's for liberation, independence, self-determination, self-government, man. You see what I'm saying? All our ancestors didn't want to fit in with the European system, the same system that's keeping us oppressed now. You see what I'm saying? So, man, I'm going to sign off on that note right there, man. You must get politically educated, man. If you start a movement, man, learn about your ancestors, man. Learn about the provisional government of Republic of New Africa. Learn about all our political prisoners that's captured now. You see what I'm saying? All our people that's enslaved under the 21st century system of slavery that's been continued from the slavery of our ancestors, man. So, I just wanted to hit y'all off with that on this day. Salute to the Black Panther Party, man, 50 years. You see what I'm saying? Salute to Gabriel Prosser, man. Salute to John Brown and all the combatants, man. All the revolutionaries out there, man. I'm going to sign off, man. Haki Kweli Shakur, man, to see the Gabriel Prosser. Salute.
And now remember the day I told you about New Africa. The look in your eyes when I told you about that massacre. And now remember the day you told me about the plans he made to move your mama and your granny to a better place. It's so sad with no daddy showed that he still had a gift that could give back, the drive that most young cats just don't have, and so prepared to follow his own path. So rest in freedom, little Bobby Hutton, and all my little Bobby Hutton.
Yes, welcome back to the K.Kinte show. Man, that was the last of the powerful videos I had with my brother, Haki Kweli Shakur. I'd like to thank you again, my brother, for this coming on and blessing the show how you do.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? You always bless this show, man, with powerful knowledge. I mean, the knowledge that we need out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before we go, man, we got to talk about support, man. Supporting each other. Like, I support a brother like you. I support a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
But the thing about even around the world, Richmond, we can support each other, but we don't support it back. A lot of people don't show the support back.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that, bro? I mean, as far as what you doing,
I feel like it's sad, man. It's really a weakness to our people supporting each other. It's a weakness because, like the African proverb says, man, it takes a village. You see what I'm saying? To get what we need to get done. See, a lot of things that's not getting done is because we don't support each other. You see what I'm saying? And like I always be teaching people, and I be trying to tell people, it's because we suffer from the inferiority complex. And what that is the hidden self-hate within our people to the point is like the Willie Lynch is like it's an ignorant pride that if I show you love, if I support you, it's hurting you or something.
And that's even with the so-called conscious people too.
Yeah, it's worse.
I mean, it's worse with the conscious people because
they know
if they
that.
find out a brother like you, in which I already can sense that in my spirit, they found out a brother like you that might know more than them. They don't want to hook up with you. They want to get past you, and it's sad. That's real sad, right there.
Yeah, that's one of the strongest, weaknesses. Also, is the thing that we've been brainwashed to compete against each other.
And how can we compete against each other with knowledge, though? And I really don't even understand that.
That goes back again to what I'm saying. Like that's the disease education. We full of what we've been brainwashed to be. You see what I'm saying?
And see, that's like me too, my brother. You know, like I got a platform, so you know I always been asking a lot of people, man, that I see out in the area, whether you do hip hop, whether you an actor, whether you got knowledge, anything. Come on my platform, bro. You can showcase your videos. You can do this and do that.
Exactly.
But see, I sit back and see. I'm like, well, damn, they play me off like, oh, man, his platform ain't that good enough. And see, that's the Willie Lynch chip complex right there that we have. It's like, you know, well, he got his own show going on. I don't want to hook up with him or nothing. Hey, bro, it ain't even about me for real. This is about you.
It's about us.
You don't know what you could get seen even on my platform.
Exactly.
So, you know, that's what I be like to speaking to Richmond out there, because I'm a genuine brother at the end of the day. I'm real genuine. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I'm just a hard worker. You know, I created my platform from scratch. when people told me, man, that shit ain't gonna work, bro. That stupid ass conscious comment. That shit. People told me that, like, I'm telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how it is in Richmond. They told me, oh, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna do this. Come on, I kept going, kept on going, kept going. I ain't let nobody stop me. But then when they see you getting a little bit up the ladder, they get mad. Ooh, I know y'all get mad. Speak on it, bro.
That goes back to our character, man. You know, you see what I'm saying? It all boils down to character. Character is your actions. You see what I'm saying? You got to speak through your actions. Don't speak through words. See, black people, we get caught up in words. We'll say something, but we won't do it. You see what I'm saying? Because that goes back to what I just said. It's like we have this inferior complex that we trying to get over. It's a mental disease. And that's another thing I advocate. I try to tell people, black people need to be evaluated for mental health issues because of the trauma that's been passed down through generations from our people, from our ancestors to us, to the next generation. We just keep repeating the cycle. You can't get nothing done if you don't support each other. That's just point blank. If you don't support each other, it's not going to get accomplished.
So we can have all the movements. We can have all the organizations. We got one organization over here, another organization over there, other organization over there. But what happened if we don't support each other? Ain't nothing getting accomplished.
There's nothing going to get accomplished.
That ain't.
It's just like one big rap beef. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, you like.
Speaking of the rap, though, I support my hip hop brothers out there.
Yeah, all day.
I like a lot of y'all stuff, but y'all don't return the favor. I'm just being honest and real. You know, so the thing is, you got to understand, man, and be genuine. When somebody really like what you got going on, show that love too, and be humble about it, because none of us ain't really made it nowhere.
Especially you conscious folk.
Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last of the K.Kinte show. This is the finale, man. I thank you again, my brother Haki Kweli Shakur, for coming on, dropping that information.
I appreciate it, man.
October 20th, season 7. You know I'm back in the rotation. Y'all know how it is. I know y'all tired of that. I know y'all tired of seeing me, man. Like, man, what is he doing? What are you going to do now, man? I'm tired of the knowledge and information. I gave y'all some entertainment this season. Check it out for the season 7. If y'all don't know what I'm going to have dropping for y'all, man.
And free all political prisoners.
Free all political prisoners, man. Salute to all the brothers down there in the city jail, man. I know y'all been liking my shows, man. I hope I've been giving y'all some jewels y'all can just take in and different things. We just want to let y'all know as brothers here, that's for y'all too, man. Check me out, man. Season 7, October 20th, man. We gone. We gonna end this. The K.Kinte show.
Free the land.
So you mean it's official? It's official. I got my show? Okay. nothing for me to